Entering the cold metallic room, the champion of the Sofrax Empire prepares for the battle of a lifetime. He's fought monsters, mercenaries, and machines, but now he faces an opponent unlike anything he's ever encountered, a human boy. A species so new to the galactic community that they're practically infants, and yet here they are, entering the most brutal competition in the universe. The boy's name? Alex Trank, a 13-year-old who likes bike rides, comic books, and martial arts. Can this young contender really pose a threat to the champion, or is there more to him than meets the eye? Welcome to the 17,012th Galactic Tournament, where the unexpected is the norm, and every fight is a fight for survival. I look around the bare room and think about how far I have come. Somehow I had managed to become the champion of the Sofrax Empire. I'm still not sure how I was able to defeat the other chieftains, but here I was, preparing to fight for the glory of the Empire, representing my entire species in the 17,012th Galactic Tournament. The screen in front of me lights up, and I brace myself as I look to see who I will face in the first round. A human? Humans had just joined the galactic community 5 years ago, and they are already entering the tournament. Why would they do such a thing? They would have almost no idea about all the different fighters they would be facing. Whatever, it would be no matter. As champion of one of the most powerful races in the entire galaxy, I would have no trouble dispatching whomever I face. Well, I might as well check out the information on who I am going to be fighting. Alex Trank, 13 years old, born on the main human world of Earth. Alex enjoys riding bikes with his friends and practicing his martial arts. His favorite comic book hero is Batman, but he still says he likes Superman. After his selection for the tournament, Alex told reporters, "I'm really excited to be fighting for Earth. My mom says I'll probably do well because I've had so much practice fighting with my brothers." I have no idea what I just read. Most races put how large their fighters are and how they've trained for hours and hours, learning to defeat every known species. But this, it sounds like the ramblings of a child. Although 13 years is plenty of time to develop, the Sofrax were fully matured physically after only 5 years. I must not underestimate this human. I need to be ready for whatever will face me. As I enter the arena, I can feel the stadium shake from the roar of the audience. They must be excited to witness their first human, as am I. I step into the ring and hear the shouts of support and war chants coming from the Sofrax section. I take a deep breath and prepare myself to face my competitor. Alex Trank walks out from his tunnel, and my jaw drops. This is what they have sent to face me, champion and defender of the mighty Sofrax Empire. I let out a hearty laugh and can feel the muscles in my body relax as the tension leaves my body. This human cannot be any larger than 5'2" and 110 pounds. I tower over him at 6 and 200 pounds. This was going to be the easiest fight of my life, 10 years later. It is a strange feeling to be sitting in the stands of a stadium that you once fought at the center of. Although I ended up losing in the quarterfinals to a Winry, the Empire still showered me with support and gifts because I had fought well and honorably. And now I get to watch Groth, the young Sofrax I have trained for the past 7 years, represent our race in the 17,013th Galactic Tournament. The screen in the center of the stadium lights up and I hold my breath. The matchups have been announced. Groth will be fighting Alex Trank, the human? Stunned, I have to reread the announcement 5 times before it finally sinks in. The humans are being represented by the same human twice in a row. Not just that, but the human who lost in almost record time, only ahead of the Corvins, who simply throw themselves out of the arena when the bell rings to avoid being injured. The cowards. The announcement for the Sofrax and human champions snaps me back to reality. I decide to look over the info for Alex Trank, but besides the change in age, the info is the exact same nonsense as 10 years ago. The screen is also showing the odds for the fight. 100, 1 odds for Alex Trank to pass on to the next round and 5,000. 1 odds for Alex Trank to win the tournament. I chuckled to myself. Those odds seem pretty generous for the human. I finally see Groth enter the arena, and he is a mighty specimen of Sofrax. Even larger than myself, when I was in the tournament, he stands at 6'1" and 220 pounds. This is going to be a quick fight. I see the light from the other tunnel come on, and in walks Alex Trank. As it did years ago when I first saw Alex Trank, my jaw drops. This creature looks like a human, but a giant version. He stands at least 6'3", and probably 230 pounds of what looks like pure muscle. The entire stadium has gotten silent at the sight of this newcomer. There are sporadic shouts of cheater and imposter and genetic enhancement. The judges quickly move to prevent this ludicrous display of trickery and move back into the tunnel with the human. After what feels like an eternity, the judges finally come back out. The crowd is once again stunned, however, when they announce there has been no artificial enhancement of the human and that DNA tests prove that it is Alex Trank. I can feel my throat clench as I realize what this means for Groth. I was right once again. The fight was over quickly. The human had moved with speed and strength I had never seen before. Groth did not stand a chance. Alex Trank tore through his opponents and finally became the Galactic Champion. I shook my head, trying to understand what had happened. I see the screen light up listing not only the list of the top 10 fights, but the top 10 betting winners. The entire arena, and probably the galaxy, goes silent as everyone looks at the winnings. The number 1 winner was Human Alliance of Sol. The human government had bet their entire treasury on Alex Trank winning the competition. Over the course of one tournament, this fledgling species had increased their wealth 5,000 times. I look at the rest of the top winners and look up their names. Each and every one was a human. I shook my head, chuckling to myself. The human race had just conned the entire galaxy. As the dust of the arena settles, the champion stands tall, his journey through the 17,012th Galactic Tournament etched in the annals of time. A story of strength, of determination, of facing the unexpected and learning from it. A story of a Sofrax champion and a human boy named Alex Trank. From the cold, barren room to the electrifying battlefield, we've journeyed with them, shared their challenges, their triumphs, and their lessons. And as we close this chapter, we're reminded that it's not just about the fight, it's also about the heart, the spirit, and the will to push beyond our limits. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling ride. And remember, in the vast, ever-expanding universe, the story never truly ends. Until the next galactic tournament, keep your eyes on the stars and your spirit unyielding. This is the Sofrax Champion's tale, and it's been a pleasure to share it with you.